Namaste, everyone, and happy Friday. So today we're doing healing. Remember, Friday is healing day. So we have prosperity healing this morning. So I was thinking about it, and then I go, hey, what do people need? You know, it's always one of those things where you want to find the need and contribute to filling it. And that's why the intuition that came in is FOMO. Fear of missing out. I think you ask the general population, how many have fear of missing out on something? Money, relationships, opportunities, health, anything. There's always that fear that you're missing out, right? And oftentimes people don't realize that's what happens to people. Now let's see. I think there should be sound. If people don't have sound, turn your speaker on. Okay, just want to make sure you guys hear, right? If you can't hear, oh well, I don't know what else what to do with you. Anyway, so fear of missing out. That's one of the big things people are always afraid of. You know, if there's a stock, they go, oh, it might be coming up, it might be going up, better jump in. And then a big one there is cryptocurrency, right? You heard the people go, oh, it's going up, so everybody jumps in. And then, right? So there's several factors there. One has to do with our consciousness. People who have a tendency to have fear of missing out, just in case you don't know what FOMO is, all right? I just found that out 6 months ago. My assistant just told me, what is that? All right. It is a sense of lack. And this could be due to many reasons. It could be could be how we're brought up. For a lot of people, that's how it usually starts. Maybe your parents lived in parents or grandparents did not have much money. So there's always like, let's chase after this, let's chase after that. So that's one part. So that part has to be disintegrated, okay? Those thoughts and emotions. I'll go into that. Number two, maybe growing up or in your work, other people oftentimes have more luck than you do. We'll talk about that too, okay? So one, we'll talk about thought forms from our parents or whoever raised you. Number two, maybe in your work or your relationships or whatever, it's like other people are getting the opportunities, but you're not. And the third is just insecurity. The interesting part is all three cases, there's two things we're going to do. One is knowing what it is. Because oftentimes if you don't know, you just kind of react, right? But if you're able to step back, observe, okay, this is a reaction. This is fear of missing out. So you jump in, right? So the first key is to observe. Number two, to realize that all of these are basically thought forms that either we created or created by someone else. So you heard the saying, buy the rumor, sell the news. It's a common thing people say about stocks, about any type of investments. Buy the rumor, sell the news. So when you say buy the rumor, that means a few people know it. Hey, guess what? So very few people know it. Only the ones who have the inside scoop. By the time it makes it to the news, the general public knows it. That's when you get rid of it. That's a general rule. There are always exceptions, of course. But you see, that tells you what the thinking of the masses, I'll just say masses or general public, the consciousness really is. Suddenly it's in the news, oh, this stock is going to go up, oh, this is going to go up, and so on, so on, so on. Everybody goes, let me get in before I miss out. Sounds familiar? Because by then, the thought form is so strong, oh, this is going to go up. Right? This is going to make money. And what happens? People see it in the news, they don't think, they go, wait, by the time we got this far to whatever news you're watching, that means everyone, well, not everyone, but a lot of people know about it. They're getting excited. They're going to jump in. The ones who already bought it when it was still a rumor, whatever they bought that investment in, shoots up. As it shoots up, they go, when everybody jumped in, they sell. Sounds familiar? So go, yeah. So the ones who got in early, what happens? They made their money. And the ones who jumped in who are going crazy just because they're reacting, what happens? they're stuck with it. Until they have this thing called the greater fool principle. Some of you have heard it before. It was coined by some, I forget who the investor was. Greater fool principle. In other words, whatever you do, you think, okay, hopefully when I buy this, whatever, there's a greater fool who'll buy this from me. Now, some of you are getting emotional about it. That's your problem. Because some, greater fool, you're hurting my feet. That's exactly your problem. If you react things emotionally right away, I'm not saying emotions are bad, don't get me wrong. But if the first reaction is emotional, good luck. You're in a life of misery. The question is why? You see, the emotional body thrives on extremes. The emotional body wants to go, that's the emotional body. Have you noticed there are people who are very, very emotional? Every little thing triggers them. Make sense? That's because the emotional body is too elastic. It's easily triggered. Now, the person who's very mental is the complete opposite. In other words, the mental body is such that they take something, they chop it down, they observe, to the extent if the mental body is too active, guess what happens? You heard the saying, they overthink everything. The opportunity already went by, and they're still observing it. Get the idea? So the secret here is to understand who you are, what you're made of. You're the spiritual self. We're back to the same lesson. You keep going back to it because it is the foundation. Our screw-ups and our successes are all based on whether we remember this or we don't remember it. When we don't remember that we're the soul observing the situation, making decisions by using the mind, the emotions, and the body in a way, then you're in control. If you're not, if you let the body, the emotions, and the thoughts take over the soul, guess what happens? That's when things could go right, things could go wrong. It's just like the metaphor we always use. You're the charioteer. Remember? You got 3 horses. You got one that is the physical body, one is the emotional body, one is the mental body. 3 horses, 3 vehicles, 3 things that pull you. So if the horses are not yet trained, guess what happens? They're all over the place. But if one of them is more trained than the others, then you have some order in your life. Hey, but if you have all 3 horses in the same order, then you can go on autopilot. To a certain extent, you're still holding the rein. Let's go that way. So fear of missing out is usually the emotional body and mental body going nuts. They go, I don't want to miss out. I don't want to miss out on this great investment. If I do, blah, blah, blah. So as you keep going like that, guess what happens? The emotional body takes over. The mind rationalizes that you have to jump in. And then when the whole thing explodes, you feel depressed. Sounds familiar? So the key is if a certain opportunity comes up, don't go, ah! You step back for a few seconds, okay? Step back. Practice some level of stillness. You see, when you're still, you know what you're doing? Stillness is a manifestation of the spiritual self or the soul temporarily not being influenced by the body, the emotions, and thoughts. Okay, you guys, focus on the lesson. Some of you are greeting happy birthday, this and that. It's just the body that was born. And besides, it's not today, it's tomorrow. Okay? All right, thank you. I appreciate you greeting me happy birthday and all that stuff. But anyway, it's just the body being born. The lesson is permanent. The body is not. Okay? So focus on the lesson. Listen carefully. So what happens is when you have stillness, when you experience some level of stillness, okay? The many levels of stillness, that is due to the soul being able to temporarily disconnect from the body, the emotions, and the thoughts, go back to its true essence, and then observe what's going on and act accordingly. So without stillness, guaranteed chaos. Some chaos leads to success. Some chaos doesn't lead to success. The interesting part, if you talk to an athlete, a world-class athlete, when you have a world-class athlete, they have this thing called the zone, right? Some of you know what I'm talking about. You're in the zone. Like, it's almost like tunnel vision like this. This is my objective. That's the finish line. And when you're done, you go, wow, that was like a meditation. Because it is. It is that time the soul is able to step back, observe, and just direct the body. Okay, move this way. Emotion, focus on this. The mind, that's your target. Get the idea? So spiritual practice and meditation actually helps you from not being sucked in by fear of missing out. Now, the downside of that is if there's no balance. What do you mean by no balance? No balance means some people, they overthink everything. They go, let me observe. I don't know, I have to be really careful. It's good to be careful, but you see, some people, they don't understand all the different virtues have to be balanced. So when you look at opportunity, you're using honesty, non-lying, or what is called accurate perception, correct expression, observing. Okay, let's observe. Is this a good opportunity? It's not a good opportunity. That's the mental faculty, right? The soul is using the mental faculty to observe. And then you have to balance that with constancy of aim and effort and non-laziness. In other words, the ability to jump on that opportunity. And at the same time, you also have to balance loving kindness, non-injury. I'm going to get this done. The question is, would it cause harm to people? It's a good investment, but should I take all my savings and put it into this? Or what if it doesn't work out? Okay, that doesn't make sense, because if it works out, great, you'll be a cajillionaire. If it doesn't work out, your family is screwed. Let me think. Okay. Let me balance this out. You have accurate perception, correct expression, right? The third virtue. And you go, okay, it's a good opportunity. Constancy, aim, and effort. Get off your ass. This is a good opportunity. Then you go, okay, if I do this, to what extent do I do it? I do it in such a way that no harm goes to anyone. And the last part is what? Well, not last part. There's one more to it. You go, non-excessiveness. Right? Moderation. Okay. This is the amount of money I can invest. I'll just use money for example. All right. I don't want to jump all in. I know, but it's courage, man. It's courage. It's trust. No, it's stupidity. It's stupidity. Yeah, but I saw it in a dream. Look, if you talk to a billion people and say, every time you have a dream about something, you jumped in, how many of those do you think statistically jumped in, risk everything, and became successful? The only ones you hear in the news are, yeah, I'm a quadrillionaire, and so on, so on. So I saw this and I jumped in. Think of the number of people who did that and financially perished. And think of the people who got in the news, I made it. Ask them, of all the times you jumped in, both feet without thinking or just risk everything, out of those things, all those times you did that over a period of lifetime, how many of them actually succeeded like this one that you're telling everybody about? I guarantee you they're going to say, actually, this is the only one that worked. The rest did. Make sense? To a certain extent, Pareto's principle works. Or it's in order. Pareto's law, you heard of it, 80-20. 20% of your effort produces 80% of your success. So every opportunity you jump in, because that's courage, that face. You don't want to hear people like that. I just trust. I go, okay, good luck. How many times should we do that and got screwed? Make sense? That's why it's so irritating when I see people use spiritual principles. Okay, I know some of you are not going to like this. It's so irritating when I see people use spirituality as an excuse not to use their mental faculty and think. They go, I just feel it. And then afterwards they go, but I trust it. Exactly, that's your problem. You should have observed, okay, risk and reward. Okay, that's like my teacher used to always tell me. He says, okay, look at the situation. What's the worst thing could happen? If the worst thing had happened, Can you live with it? If you can, make a calculated risk. The key word is calculated. Because I know some of you go, yeah, I go completely by how I feel. So the emotional body's nature is going like this. Sometimes you feel up, sometimes you feel down. That's why there's no such thing as a calm emotion. You realize that? That's what you call the oxymoron, contradiction in terms. So what happens is, very, very few people actually use the mental faculty when it comes to these things. They just like to use, oh, I feel this is good. I want to follow my heart, not my head. You have to understand, when you say follow your heart, it goes beyond like just how you feel. You know why? Because when you break it down, what you call your heart is what most people's metaphor for their emotions. But your emotional body is divided into two parts. The solar plexus, which is the lower emotional body or lower astral body, and the heart chakra, which is the higher emotional body. You didn't think about that, right? Most people, oh, just follow your heart. But if you break it down, your heart, as they call it, as the emotions, are divided into two. The solar plexus is emotions, love for myself. The heart chakra is just love for others. Now, what the heart has that the solar plexus doesn't have is the heart also triggers the crown. That's why when we do meditation twin hearts, you activate the heart by blessing the earth first. So when the heart is activated, the crown is activated, then you have spiritual signals coming in from the higher soul, which looks at it from a different dimension. If you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, go back to the previous lesson. We talked about the fourth dimension and higher. The soul does not reside in this dimension. A rough metaphor of that would be, if something's happening, you're looking at it like this. Just imagine the soul is looking at it from 100 feet up, seeing the entire city and going, okay. This is the weather. This is the cars moving by. This is this. So the perspective is very, very different. So when you truly want to follow your heart in making decisions, do your meditation first, especially activate the heart, the crown, the divine energy comes in, so the soul will direct the mind, the emotions, and the body to make right choices. Then there's a last ingredient. Why is it that some people, even though they're not very smart, even though they get emotional about everything, but somehow they just have the luck. They just seem to fall into the right investment or fall into the right opportunity. That's where the second virtue comes in. The second virtue is generosity and non-stealing. So let me go through it very quickly, then we'll put it in context, then we'll do the meditation. Again, for some of you say, I came here for the healing, I'm not here for a lecture. Bye. Context is extremely important. I'm not your janitor. Okay? I'm here to share teachings because if you just clean out your chakras, you feel better. But if your mind is screwed up, you couldn't create it again. Got it? So if you think you're coming here for healing, I don't want to hear this stuff, bye, go find another teacher. Clear? Okay, now listen. There are 5 virtues taught by my teacher. 1, loving kindness and non-injury. Number 2, generosity, non-stealing. Number 3, honesty, non-lying, or what's called accurate perception, correct expression, and non-falsehood. Number 4, constancy of aim and effort and non-laziness. Number 5, moderation, non-excessiveness. All of my teachers' books, pranic healing, advanced pranic healing, pranic psychotherapy, all the higher classes, all have this in the back of the book, if you don't know. Now, so accurate perception and correct expression, that virtue allows you to see things clearly. So accurate perception involves careful observation, correct interpretation of what you're sensing or seeing. Market, relationship, health, whatever, health principles. Yeah? Accurate perception, correct expression. Correct expression is you think, okay, this is what's going on. All right. It's something I want to move on. I'll move on with. That's constancy of aim and effort. Make sense? In other words, if it's already good, why sit on your ass and not jump on it? Then you think about it. Then the first virtue comes in. Okay, when I do this, will anyone get hurt? That's important. You don't want to accomplish your goal, and on the way there, You hurt people, or hurt yourself, or your family, or your finances. That generates negative karma. You don't want to do that. So that's the first virtue. Right? And then, the last virtue is what? Moderation, non-excessiveness. So you think, okay, this is how much energy, finances, investment, whatever it is, this is how your nest egg is. So does it make sense for you to dump everything in? Yeah, but if I put the whole thing, it takes off, it's going to be like that. If I don't only take like this, I'll take it like this. Then it's greed. Make sense? That's where the fifth one comes in. So the second virtue, generosity and non-stealing, is your karma credits. What do you mean by karma credits? That's where, for some crazy reason, people who are super smart, they work their ass off, and yet somehow they don't get the breaks. They don't have the luck. And you have someone who just barely does anything, and somehow they're just lucky enough to be in the right place at the right time. They happen to buy the right ticket. They happen to go, well, a friend was pushing me into buying Bitcoin 10 years ago. And I thought, whatever, it's only a few cents. Okay, I'll dump $100 in. Take off like a rocket. Well, how come I didn't do that? Listen carefully. This is the part that you're not going to hear any financial investment advisor tell you. By the way, I'm not one either, okay? It's called good karma. Now, instead of going, I don't believe in that hocus pocus stuff. So, okay, change the word. Instead of karma, say luck. Okay, now I can understand that. They're the same darn thing. One is just everyday word. The other one is more of a spiritual word. Karma, basically, we we reap what we sow. You go, well, I've been very generous. You see, that is a very, very subjective word. Generous how? And for how long? So it's always like karma credit and debit, like a bank account. There are people who have a lot of good karma because they've been generous with their money, their advice, their time, their affection, so on and so on. They've invested. Either in this lifetime or before. Make sense? You go, well, I don't know anything about it. What am I supposed to do now? I haven't done in the past. Nobody told me about this. Here's the good news. What you plant today, you harvest in the future. So if you sit there and keep thinking, well, I don't know, I don't have as much good luck as everybody else, so, oh well. Then you did not put new seeds. You sitting there and worrying about, you didn't create new harvest. So if I'm not too sure. Okay, I'll start being more generous. I'll take more time to heal people. I'll give money to charity. I'll volunteer at, food banks and so on and so on. Then you're planting seeds. So when you put the whole thing together, you do your meditation, clear your consciousness, allows you to see clearly, your basic chakra is strong, so that you have that consciously aim and effort to take advantage of a certain opportunity in front of you. At the same time, your heart is very activated, so you're loving and gentle, so you don't hurt anybody along the way. And you do it in a very moderate way. And in the background, you generate a lot of good karma as you keep serving and giving money to charity. You can't help but be successful in the future. Make sense? The key is to break down the process, understand the process, correct the process, so you can replicate this over and over and over and over again. That's it. As Tony Robbins says, success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. I talked to Tony many times about Tony Robbins, and a lot of you came from his events. He goes, everything has a pattern. The key is to watch patterns. That's why he interviews all these billionaires. I think the book is called Unshakable and Money, Master the Game. If you can get a chance, buy the book, read it. And if you read, you get to understand the way he thinks. He goes, there must be a pattern why people are successful. So if you can replicate that pattern, there's a high probability you replicate the results. Right? Classic case, NLP, some of you know this. He was interviewing, I think, Olympic, target shooting. First thing he did was go to the best of the best. I just need a few minutes with him. So what did he do? He basically got into his head. Okay, try to recall when you were very, very successful hitting the target. What was going through your mind? What was going through your emotions? How was your breathing? How was your posture? How was your physiology? So on, so on, so on, so on. And the person, I was doing this, I was focusing this, blah, 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 so on, so on. He make a note. And then interview a few more people. At some point, he saw a pattern. They go, hey, if we can replicate this pattern, let's experiment. And he noticed that people who don't know much, he was able to install this process. They were able to relatively replicate the result. That's also what Grandmaster Cho did. He also noticed that people who are healers, natural born healers, there are certain patterns that they do. The only thing is you talk to them, they don't have a clue. They go, I'm being guided by spirit. They don't realize when they're doing it, even though they're guided by spirit, an angel or guides or high teachers, certain things happen in their energy field, colors, frequencies, whatever you want to call it, comes out of them as they change the pattern of the client or the patient. There's the healing. So as he tried to replicate this, take this process like a recipe, have another person replicate the process, they go, hey, how come this person can also produce similar results and they can do it consciously? Same thing with prosperity. He noticed, people who are very successful, same thing, they do this in their head. So they observe, okay? So the teacher observed, okay, this is what happening, their aura and their chakras, poverty consciousness. These are the chakras that are affected. When these thought forms are disintegrated, when they do meditation, blah, 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 so on, so on, so on, they become more successful. Okay, let me try taking this process, installing it in this person, like in a class. And before you know it, people are doing it, they're being successful too. Same thing with relationship, with health. Do you understand? So that's why people tell me, I don't do it, I just trust in the universe. Okay, I'm not your teacher. I'm an engineer by trade. I want to know the process. Because if I know the process, I can replicate the results, and more importantly, I can teach the process to someone else so other people can also be successful. Are we communicating? Clear? So, to summarize, since we're talking about prosperity healing, fear of missing out, we're going to do meditation first to disintegrate a lot of negative thoughts and negative emotions, clear the aura, establish a stronger control of the higher soul over the incarnated soul, and control the body, the emotions, and thoughts. Okay? And then, in the last part of it, just in case you have some thought form sitting in your aura and your chakras, we're going to go in and excavate. That's it. Very simple. And after that, as they say in the shampoo industry, rinse and repeat. You heard that in the 1930s or 40s? Whoever's making shampoos, they doubled their sales within, a quarter? By adding 3 words. Rinse and repeat. Think about it. You know, when you have your shampoo or whatever it is that you're using, or body wash or soap, whatever, right? If you think about it, if you did a good job in washing your hair, your body, whatever it is, you're done. But people, those 3 words, rinse and repeat, they just repeat it. They already clean. What happened to the industry? Pew! Same thing. If something already works, just repeat it, and repeat it, and repeat it. Clear? Okay, that's that. I think you're bored with the lecture. Let's do our meditation. To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers, personally to my beloved teacher, Grandmaster Tuakok Sui, Mahaguruji Mailing, we thank you for divine light, divine love. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your healing. Thank you for prosperity healing. Thank you for the divine protection. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. All right. Gently tap your heart, tap your crown, put your hand like this. Visualize the earth in front of you. You say, our hearts are one, our souls are one, our spirits are one. There's only oneness. Be aware of your heart in your hands. Feel the earth in front of you. Just visualize the small ball. Visualize as the earth. Fill it with beautiful pink light. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred anywhere in the world, let me sow love. Bless your family, your relatives and friends, people you work with, everyone, with peace and with love. May all be blessed with peace and love. May my soul be blessed with peace and love. Where there's injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. Let my soul be blessed with peace, love, and forgiveness towards myself and towards others. Where there's doubt, let me sow faith. Where there's despair, let me sow hope. May every person, every being on earth be blessed with peace, with love, with the spirit of forgiveness, with hope and with faith, and a better life. So be it. Where there's darkness, let me sow light. And where there's sadness, let me sow joy. May every person, every being on earth be blessed with peace, with love, with the spirit of forgiveness, with hope and with faith, light and joy. So be it. Be still. Just keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Fill the earth with beautiful pink light from your heart through your hands. Bless the entire earth with beautiful pink light. May all be blessed. Now, be aware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Be aware of your crown. Exhale. Stay there. Your crown is filled with so much golden light. Fill the earth with golden light. Just say, our hearts are one, our souls are one, our spirits are one. There is only oneness. Just be still. Fill the earth with golden light. From the heart of God, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with love and kindness. Let all be blessed with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. Bless every person, every being on earth with peace, with love, and with kindness. So be it. May all be blessed. Just be still. Keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Fill the earth with brilliant golden light. Now, be aware of your heart and your crown. Take a deep breath. Exhale, fill the earth with beautiful golden light. From the center of the heart of God, through my spirit, through my soul, and my entire being, may every person, every being in the higher worlds, middle worlds, even the lower worlds, let every being, every sentient being in every dimension, every direction, above and below, be blessed with God's unconditional love and kindness. Let all be blessed with inner peace and inner healing. Simultaneously, let my soul be blessed with peace, love, and inner healing. Let all be blessed with understanding, with harmony, goodwill, and the willingness to do good. May all be blessed without exception. So be it, so be it, so it is. May all be blessed. So it is. Now lower your hands. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Now just imagine a beautiful golden flame floating above your head. Just look at it in your inner vision. The image doesn't have to be clear. Know that it's there. Even if you don't see it yet, it's there. Be still. Just look at the beautiful golden flame. From your heart, send a stream of love up, up, up to the crown and into that golden light. Stay there. You are the soul, not the body. You are the soul, not your emotion. You are the soul. You are the mind. You're not the mind. The soul controls the body, the emotions, and the thoughts, and the mind. Remember who you are. Remember your true essence. Be still. Be still. Your complete awareness, attention, and consciousness is inside that beautiful golden flame. Be still. You, the spiritual self, are immersed, fully immersed in an ocean of brilliant light. Be still. Be aware of the inner stillness, the inner peace. Be still. Let go, and just let things happen. Just let things be. Now. Will intensify the energy. You don't have to do anything, just be receptive. Let go. Maintain your stillness. Maintain your state of awareness. Just listen. Poverty consciousness thoughts, fear of missing out thought forms are usually located in a few areas. Just listen. They're in the crown, the ajna, which is in between the eyebrows, the throat, front back solar plexus, sometimes navel, but definitely in the basic chakra. You don't have to do anything, just be still. The divine energy is saturating your crown chakra, your ajna, your throat, front and back solar plexus chakras, navel, and basic chakras. The liquid divine energy is penetrating deep into the chakras, gently disintegrating, dissolving, extracting, and expelling all these poverty consciousness thoughts and emotions and energies down deep into the earth or the nearest salt water or violet fire to you. Just be still. It's continuing happening. You don't have to do anything but just allow it to happen. crown's being cleansed, your ajna's being cleansed, your throat chakra, front, back, solar plexus, navel, sex, basic chakras are being cleansed. All negative thought forms, elementals, energies, poverty consciousness energies in the crown are dissolved, disintegrated, extracted, expelled to the nearest fire, violet fire, salt water, or down deep into the ground. Any negative thoughts, negative energies in the ajna chakras, poverty consciousness thoughts, ideas are dissolved, disintegrated, extracted, expelled to the nearest violet fire, salt water, or down into the earth. Your front, back, solar plexus, the chakras are deeply being cleansed of any negative thoughts, negative emotions, poverty consciousness, fear of missing out, any worries. These are dissolved, disintegrated, extracted, expelled near salt water. Your crown, your throat chakra, your front, back, solar plexus chakras are continuously being deeply cleansed. The liquid divine energy is cleansing your navel. It's going down your spine, down to your basic chakra. Your basic chakra is saturated with divine energy, dissolving, disintegrating any type of fear of failure, fear of success, the inability to act, procrastinating energies. All these are dissolved, disintegrated, extracted, expelled to the nearest violet fire to you, salt water to you, or down deep into the earth where you are. So be it. Just be still. Just let the whole thing happen. You, the soul, are observing all of this now. Just be still. You're under a waterfall of brilliant light. Just let it flow through you. Allow it to completely disintegrate any poverty consciousness thoughts, limiting belief systems. These thought forms are disintegrated, extracted, and flushed down deep into the earth or near salt water to you, or some of you visualize the violet fire to you. Just let it happen. You, the soul, the spiritual self, are in complete control of your body, your emotions, and your thoughts. You're in complete control of your financial decisions, relationship decisions, and health decisions. So be it. You, the soul, the spiritual self, are connected with your higher soul, connected to God. So it is. Just be still. Let the continuous flow of divine energy from God through all the high beings to your higher soul, down into your chakras and your entire aura. Om. 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 Just be still. Let it happen. Now just be receptive. You don't have to do anything. Just listen. May each one of you be blessed by God, by all the great spiritual teachers, holy masters, saints, by my teacher, Master Talk Sri Mahaguja Mailing. May all of you be blessed with abundance and prosperity. and spirituality. So be it. May you be blessed with good health, happiness, abundance, and prosperity, and the wisdom to use your resources properly. So be it. Just be receptive. May the blessings of the angels of prosperity be with each one of you now. So be it. May the angels of love fill you with peace, love, joy, and happiness. So it is. May you and your family be divinely blessed by God and all the great spiritual teachers, holy masters. So it is. Just be still. Let the energy move on its own. Just be receptive. May you always be happy. May you always be healthy. May you always be prosperous. Because you are one with God and one with all. Be still. Just be receptive. Here's the special sauce. Be aware of your base of your spine, the basic chakra. May you be blessed with abundance and prosperity. Be still. Repeat after me. I completely, deeply, permanently, and gratefully accept, absorb all the divine healing energy, the divine blessings, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, etherically, physically, and financially, on all levels. So be it. That I be me of service to others. So it is. Be still. Soak in it. So it is. Now raise your hands in blessing. Let's share this love, this good energy with every person on earth, especially the people we love. So visualize them in front of you, fill them with beautiful pink light, then beautiful golden light. May all of them be blessed with good health, with happiness, with abundance and prosperity and spiritual oneness. So be it. Bless all your loved ones with beautiful golden light. See their life improving, getting better and better. Filled with love, with joy, with good health, abundance and prosperity, and a purpose to be of service to others. So be it. Now be aware of your feet and the base of your spine. Project golden light down into the earth and verbally repeat after me. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. Blessings be to Mother Earth. So be it, so be it, and so it is. Okay, let's give thanks to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother. Thank you to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Chokok Sri Mahaguji May, thank you for the immense blessings and the opportunity to learn, to grow, and especially the opportunity to serve in full faith. And so it is. All right, you can open your eyes. Hope all of you are doing well. We kind of went overboard, but that's my nature. We overdo things. If you observe your thoughts and emotions right now of the things that you worry about, especially about money, some of you might notice it's quiet. Yeah, you just got hosed down. It's just like you went into a spiritual car wash. It went like that. Okay? Anyway, so for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, well, for Monday and Wednesday next week, I have to see how the schedule works, because I'll be in an event with Tony Robbins. So I have to see how that schedule works, but we'll let you know ahead of time. All right, you can do this as often as you like, within reason. And then tonight, or 7 hours and 9 minutes from now, we're going to be doing emotional healing. We're going to disintegrate the energy of fear. You know, I know we've done this a few times, but it'd be great if it's a one time and done, right? But it comes up depending on the situation. So we'll do that again. So tonight will be disintegrating the energy of fear, the emotional energy of fear. I think we did it 2 weeks ago. We'll do it again, and we'll go a little deeper. All right? So thank you very much, everyone. Namaste. You all take care. And I think some of you are watching. I'll be seeing you in a few days, physically. All right? You guys take care, and I think that's it. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you guys feeling, if you're passed out in a good way. And let me just leave you with one thought. If you lasted this long, maybe this will connect for you. You know why there's no reason for fear of missing out? It's something like this. We talked about this in a previous lesson on the universe essentially is fields. This is taught in quantum physics. So just imagine the entire world, the entire universe in different dimensions are made of this energy, right? This so-called energy. Not the same energy as Einstein says, because as we said, if you take a box, you take all the atoms out, there's still fields in there that don't have a mass. So the entire universe, they call it Higgs field, according to Mr. Higgs. The interesting part is this entire universe, every part of that field, if you were to pinpoint one, any part is actually a repository of data. In other words, just imagine you have air going by. If you're able to catch one molecule, that molecule of air has information. But just in the universe, it's essentially fields. So when you put your attention on something, essentially you're taking this field and making it act like a particle. Right? Most of you know this. What people don't realize, when it comes to money, finances, relationship, whatever it is that you can think of, it's just using this fabric, and our thoughts and emotions and intention localizes it. So if you have fear of missing out, that fear is taking that same material and focusing on the fear aspect of it. But if you change your consciousness and you everything is abundant, everything is in the universe, God is in all. If that is your consciousness, every particle, part, I'll just use the word, part of this substance, universal substance, you focus on it, and there's abundance of love, abundance of health, abundance of energy, and so on and so on. If that is your consciousness, that is what you're materializing. That's that. So energy happens in many, many dimensions. It's your consciousness that ties it all together. Maybe one of these days we'll go to that in detail, because I think that blew your mind. So anyway, namaste. We will see you 7 hours from now. God bless.